Hello, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. I am Deepika Jain, and the session will be moderated by me. Just a minute. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation, it is my great pleasure to welcome to the 8th International Conference on ICT for Sustainable Development, ICT4SD 2023, Goa, India. The 8th edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode, and the physical event was being held at Goa on 3rd August. Okay, so we have 10 presentations in this session, and every presenter would be getting 7 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for question and answers. I will give a gentle reminder on 7 minutes. And just before we get started, I want to introduce you all to our session chair, that is Sunil Kumar Jhangir. Just a minute. He received his BE in Information Technology in 2009 and MTech degree with the highest distinction in Software Engineering in 2012 and the PhD degree in Computer Science and Engineering in 2018. Currently, the sir is working as a senior manager at projects and process at Wilsplex Private Limited. And the main area of this research interest includes design of algorithms, machine learning, computer networks, and others. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we can start our first presentation. Do we have Prasad Raghunath here?
Yes, ma'am, present.
Yeah. Okay. So you are presenting a paper on comprehensive review of deep learning techniques for brain tumor protection. So you can start sharing your screen and start with your presentation.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Ma'am, my screen is visible?
Yes, you are audible and your presentation is visible. You can see.
Okay. So, first of all, very good morning to all the respected members present over here. I am Prasad Raghunath Mukule. I'm a research scholar at Vishwakarma Institute of Information Technology, Pune. Today, I'm going to present my paper on a topic, a comprehensive review of deep learning techniques for brain tumor prediction, which is guided by Dr. Nilesh P. Sable sir. So this is the outline of my presentation: abstract, introduction, scope and objectives, related work, current methods or current methodologies which are present or which are being using, conclusion and references. So this brain tumor, what is this brain tumor? This brain tumor are nothing but the masses or growths of aberrant brain cells. There are numerous types of brain tumors. Some brain tumors, we can say that the benign, or we can say that harmful, and some brain tumors can be originated at the primary tumors or in other parts of the body as well. So detecting and localizing this brain tumor, there are numerous methodologies present in the current situation. As the quantity of images rises, the radiologist manual assessment of the tumor is a potential result in an incorrect conclusion. So due to the likelihood of human error, the evaluation and categorization of medical images requires an automated method. So this paper or this topic presents a comprehensive review of all the different deep learning techniques for the brain tumor prediction. So as we know that the cancer is a significant health problem nowadays. So in India, death rate due to the cancer is a 79 per 1 lakh deaths, while the number of deaths due to the cancer are 6% of the worldwide. And these brain tumors, as I already said, that this can be cancerous or non-cancerous, which is also called as benign tumor and malignant tumor as well. This this can be abnormal growth of a cell. So the scope and objective of this presentation or this paper is that advancement in the medical field promotes the diagnosis of disease through the automation methods, and prediction of brain tumor also plays a vital role due to the fact that millions of people are affected by the tumors and the rate of affected people is increased every year. So this main objective is to carry out the detailed analysis of different learning techniques of brain tumor detection as well as the prevention. So this is nothing but the literature review that I have followed in my paper. So because of the lack of timing, I'm just skipping this slide. So there are various imaging modalities technique, or we can also say that MRI imaging techniques are used in order to detect the brain tumor. The first one, that is a biopsy, then X-rays, PET scan, then CT scan, MRI scan, etc. So various researchers have proposed different approaches, a worldwide approach, but none of the researcher or none of the scientific person proposed a universal solution applicable to all types of applications. That is a brain tumor. So this segmentation divides an image into area based on their characteristics. Each zone is identical in characteristics such as brightness, color, texture, and reactivity. So in general, if I talk about the segmentation, it identifies zone of relevance for automating or enhancing description of an anatomic structure. So in this part, this author focuses mostly on the mammography of the picture and segmentation. If we look towards this directly or indirectly aids in detection of masses, microclarifications, and potential lesions. So basically, these are various segmentation approaches that are currently used. So traditional techniques are edge detection, region-based thresholding. And then obsolete techniques, if I talk about the coupled surface is there, multi-resolution method is there. And some new techniques also come into the market, that is artificial neural network clustering, then active shape model as well. These are some review of the existing methodologies present for the brain tumor classification as well as the detection. So the segmentation methods first presented by this Membua in year 2017. They use the PRAX 2012 challenge technique. So this the uniqueness they have found is that the tumor segmentation method does not classify tumor absence, major accuracy, or compared to others. Then if I talk about the second author, that is Swan, he proposed a segmentation method that is a non-negative matrix factorization. Then if I talk about this method, extracting features of the mammalian brains is the sole application of this method that works successfully in this paper. So just like that, many technologies or many techniques are proposed by various authors as well. If we talk about the 3D unit based deep medic technique, that is this technique, which is presented by Cow in the year 2020. So this presentation prescribes an effective hybrid technique to categorize the image using RES 15 frames. So the conclusion here is basically that there are tremendous techniques available for the segmentation as well as the classification as well. But if you go through this technique, these techniques are just focusing on the segmentation as well as the classification. So the future work can be that this to predict the brain tumor precisely rather than just detection using a real-time patient data, which we can fetch in the different healthcare sectors. So these are the references that I have followed in my paper. Thank you so much, all of you.
Could you please come on the first slide?
Yes, sir.
So you are Mr. Prasad.
Yes, sir.
So I was interested in the results. You had discussed only the algorithms. Have you performed any results?
Sir, actually, this is just a review of these techniques that are used for the brain tumor prediction. So among that techniques, sir, I'm going to propose a new technique, which is purely based on the what we can say prediction based technique, sir, and which is based on the ensemble learning as well and it is based on the explainable AI technology. Sir.
What do you mean by ensemble learning?
So ensemble learning means we can combine more than one algorithm in order to increase the accuracy as well as the other parameters.
Okay, now you can move towards the research, literature research slide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So here you have research about CNN, SVM, yellow, I2. What is yellow?
Sir, yellow V2 is the model which is used for the what we can say detection of the particular object uh, um, and which is used in the Python framework.
Full form. I'm looking for full form first.
Yes, sir.
What is the full form? YOLO.
Yellow V2.
Okay, thank you. Next, please.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. We have our next presenter with us, Omkar Khade. Are you here?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, Omkar. You can share your screen, please.
Yes, please.
Faster, please.
Please confirm whether my screen is
I
visible.
can
or
see your screen and your voice is audible as well. You can start.
not. Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, all. I am excited to present to you our recent study on novel software for fruit price prediction using machine learning. My name is Omkar, and I am from Vishwakarma Institute of Information Technology, Pune. And on behalf of all the co-authors, I am going to present this presentation. This software is a powerful tool that can help us predict the prices of fruit. Information can be used to make a better decision about agricultural production and pricing. I believe that this study has the potential to revolutionize decision making in uh, agriculture. So let's dive into detail. Before we dive in, let me give you a brief overview of what we will be discussing. You know how fruit prices can be unpredictable, right? Well, to tackle this challenge, we propose a robust machine learning based approach that is efficient in predicting fruit prices. In methodology part of this slide, you see overview of step to build this approach, and in result part, overview of result we achieve. And in upcoming slide, we are going to provide more detail on our methodology and result part that we have achieved. So the purpose of our research is to make farmer and fruit selling predictive and efficient. As we know, in past people relied on old-fashioned ways to predict prices, which were often inaccurate. And we believe that modern technologies can do better job, and that's we are here to explore. So the core component of our approach include processing the data we collected. It include handling missing values, outliers, normalizing data, and then we use two regression algorithms, which are random forest regressor and decision tree regressor. As I said earlier, it has potential to impact. It has tremendous impact on this agriculture industry, and I will definitely explain more about methodology and result in upcoming slides. In this section, we will review some of the latest research on machine learning for this fruit classification and price prediction. But due to lack of time, I will just quickly summarize few points. As we can see that first 5 papers are mostly based on image classification and fruit market analysis and forecasting, and none of them are doing fruit price prediction or something like that. Only the last paper, which is 6th one, is predicting price of fruits, but only it is predicting only mango price of mango fruit. So here is a novelty and uniqueness. So we develop a software based on machine learning, which is efficiently able to forecast prices of 26 different fruit and based on just two parameters, which is month and center net. And we have used a pipeline approach, which contain column transformer and random forest regressor methods. And we also have implemented this web interface to make it more user friendly so that user can interact it with more ease. Yeah. To do our work, we look at the collection of information about fruit prices from various sources. We look at 26 different fruits like apples, papayas, and pineapples, and in 22 different cities, including places like Mumbai, Delhi, and Kolkata. Here is now let's see how we made the system. We followed a step-by-step process to build the prediction system. We started with data collection from agriculture, market, and government report. Next, we process the data, handling this is value, and outlier detection and removing. And then we normalize that data to feed model. Feature engineering step was crucial for us. And then we selected two different model, I would say regressor model to do this task according to our knowledge. And after training model on given data set, we select random forest regressor because it performs better than decision tree regressor. And finally, after building ML model, we integrated it with web interface using HTML, CSS, and Flask. Yeah, exciting part is here. Our machine learning system did a decent job in predictive fruit prices. We checked how accurate it was, and it gave us a decent result. I would not say very good result, but decent result. The achieved R scores of 0.22 and 0.6 indicate that approximately 22% and 6% of variance in fruit price prediction data, respectively, is explained by models. Which is while these scores are a good starting point, and I know that there is still room for further improvement, and lots of advanced techniques can be used to improve this model. Yeah, here you can see a line graph of actual values and predicted fruit in Delhi city for March month, and you can see that the both graphs are very close to each other. Here is another one graph which combine line graph and bar graph for the same purpose. Here we comparing actual values and predicted prices of fruits by the model. Yeah, here is the screenshot of the web interface which we build using HTML, CSS, and Flask. First screenshot shows the homepage of that system, and second is a result page, and third is a web interface of graph which compares predicted and actual prices of fruits. Yeah, in the discussion, we delve into the details of our object and highlighting its strengths and potential area of improvement. So random forest regressors show promising result in fruit price prediction, and random forest regressor effectively handle multiple input features, non-linear relationship, and overfitting also, and missing data also. But on the other hand, decision tree regressor is a bit interpretable, but slightly underperform due to maybe it's overfitting. So to deal with this, we can also use other models such as support vector regressor, gradient boosting regressor, and other neural network like LSTM. And obviously there are lots of techniques and lots of machine learning algorithms which we can use to increase R square and decrease root mean square error. Yeah, so yeah. In conclusion, our new fruit price prediction system using machine learning is really promising, and it can help farmers, sellers, and buyers to make better decisions about when we grow, sell, or buy fruits. The method use a random forest regression model, which is a powerful tool for handling complex relationship and missing data. And I am happy to say that the finding of this study have important implication for agriculture market, supply chain management, and consumer decision making. And the model can be used to make informed decision about production and pricing. of the fruits. Overall, this study demonstrated the efficiency and ability of machine learning in fruit price prediction, and this can help advance agriculture market. So yeah, here, as I mentioned earlier, there are some limitations which we found during our study. First limitation is we are dealing with specific data which is related
Dear
to India.
presenter, kindly conclude
Yeah.
with the
So
remarks.
yes. So just 2 minutes. As I said, one limitation is specific data and limited data, and second one is we achieve low R square values. To deal with it, we can increase our data. We can add another feature column like weather data, transport cost, and market demand, and also use advanced regression model like Inseable methods, neural networks. And after doing it, we will able to get real prediction on real time data. Yeah. These are some references which we use. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for listening. If I hope you found our study interesting, and if you have any question or suggestion, I'm here to answer them.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Any questions, sir?
So I would like to revisit results.
Yeah. Yes.
Next slide.
Yes.
So these are the attributes, I think, fruits attributes. And
Yes.
what are on
Price.
y-axis?
It's in rupees.
The price. So I'm not able to figure out which model you have applied for getting these results.
Okay. So as I said earlier, random forest regressor perform better than descending tree regressor. So we used a random forest regressor for this purpose, and this graph are the outcome of we use for this graph.
But you haven't mentioned that this model is used. Next, second graph. Same thing in this. Okay, you have mentioned about the neural network LSTM. I just want to know the limitation of LSTM. What are the
LSTM, sir, based on my knowledge. Hello.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
audible?
yes, perfect.
Yes. Actually, still I'm still learning this LSTM and deep learning. So I'm still knowing this limitation. I'm still in
No
part
issue.
of this application, and yeah.
Have you developed this UI by your own,
Yes.
or you have taken
Yes,
like
sir. No, sir. I have developed this UI on my own,
So
and I
congratulations
have
from
also
my
worked.
behalf that you have implemented your research in a practical example.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But we have to work upon UI as well,
yes,
and we can improve this. All the best. Thank you.
yes. Thank you,
Next.
sir. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. So our next presenter is Poonam. Poonam, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please share your screen and start your presentation.
Okay. Is it visible, ma'am?
Not yet. It's visible now. You can start.
Okay.
Faster, please.
Yes. I want to present a slideshow actually. Okay. Good afternoon, one and all. I'm Poonam Gulande from VJTI, Mumbai. My paper ID is 216, and today I'm going to present my paper titled An Efficient Classification Method Using GLCM and Decision Tree Classifier. Today, my presentation includes abstract, introduction, literature review, methodology, result, and discussion. Lastly, the conclusion for my paper. Lung cancer is basically significant concern in the medical science. It is the leading cause of death. To reduce the death number of deaths, percentage of the death, early detection is required, and it is crucial for improving the outcome. And based on this improvement, that better treatment is given by the doctors. This research helps the doctor to diagnose the cancer in early stages. For the detection, computer tomography, this type of the images are used. And the proposed methodology that involves the 5 stages. And decision tree classifier that used to classify the images, which is cancerous or non-cancerous images. Let me give the introduction for my paper. That is, cancer is commonly seen as a type of the tumor. It is growth of the abnormal cells that has a potential to harm the normal tissues, which is not beneficial for the human. This cancer is bifurcated in 2 types. One is the small scale lung cancer and another one is the non-small scale lung cancer. The imaging techniques and the methods that will assist for the early identification of the lung cancer cells, and it assists the doctor to treat the patient in early stages so that we can help the society to reduce the we can prevent the death rate. I have gone through some papers which are related to my topic, that is related to the lung cancer. The paper title like cancer lung detection on CT images using artificial neural network with the back propagation. Again, this artificial neural network is used with the GLCM technique. Some methods that having the probabilistic base model, that is Bayesian network models also. Digital images are processed with some excess segmentation and binarization techniques. They are achieve some 85.27 accuracy. Again, some techniques which are used that different types of the filters, linear filters, median filters with SVM and BPNN. I have used this methodology in my paper, design and implementation of proposed algorithm for the feature selection of the image dataset. Then classification is done using the 5 different deep learning algorithms. And this my method is compared with the existing methods such as GLCM plus SVM algorithm, another plus SVM plus BPNN algorithm, and some GLCM plus ANN algorithm. While comparing this performance, my algorithm shows the obviously greater performance than the existing one, and the result is shown in the tabular as well as the graphical format. This is the methodology which I am using in my research. That is, first step, collection of the database, and then filtering, pre-processing of images done. To make the image better, informative, and easy to detect, that segmentation is used. Some selected features are extracted from this image, and then the classification is done that shows the result of the cancer. Collection of database, that 2 types of the images are collected from the Kaggle website. That CT images, normal lung images, and the abnormal lung images are created. The data set that having the 120 and 700 samples. Then after the pre-processing of image is done, while doing the pre-processing, I'm using the median filter to reduce the noise, and median filter preserves the edges without any interference while removing the noise, and it is beneficial for the further processing. And whenever the images are represented, that is 0 to 255, then it is scaled into the 0 to 1 using the threshold point. Then segmentation is done. Segmentation, that is, again, this is the output, that segmented image. Segmentation phase that method to find the contours and where the outcomes of the thresholding process is done. Again, pre-processing that remove the cancer detected area from the original image in the segmentation process. That is segmentation is done by using the canny edge segmentation technique. Then some feature extraction is done feature extraction, that means some relevant features are out of this so many features, some selected features are taken that selected to select the features, extraction of feature from images, GLCM technique is used. And this technique provides the texturous feature from the targeted image, and then these features are given to the classification model. In the proposed method, 3 features are used: area, perimeter, and eccentricity. While doing this, I am using the 7-fold and cross-fold validation and GLCM that can again calculates the different types of the features also. Then classification is done with the different machine learning techniques. And the results that use the cancerous and non-cancerous images. And this classification is normally done in 2 stages. That one is the training stage and one is the testing stage. And these are my results, that as image that can shows the ROC and AUC for the different data set, that is 120 images and 700
Dear
images.
presenter, you have 2 minutes.
Okay, okay, ma'am. These are the results which shows the distribution of the data in terms of the scatter plot. Results that I have shown, taken the accuracy, precision, recall, and F-score. This is the tabular results, and this is in the form of the graph, that different techniques like logistic regression, Navier-Bayes, KNN, SVM, and my proposed method, that is GLCM plus decision tree. That all these things, all these features are applied samples on the sample 120 and 700 samples. The accuracy is shown in this graph, and this graph that shows the comparison with the existing methods. These existing methods that I have getting the improvement in the accuracy, that is 2% accuracy. The previous paper that having the 96.70 and I'm getting the 98.40%. This is the conclusion, that is my model is successfully classifies the CT scan images using the deep learning technique. I have uses the 120 and 700 samples with the 5-fold cross validation technique. And this proposed algorithm, that model is validated independently, and I'm getting the accuracy of 98.4%. This can be extended for the different type of the lung cancer, different type of the cancer images. This is the future scope, and again, these images are the 2D images. We can use this algorithm for the 3D images. These are the references which I have used for this particular study. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes, sir.
Good presentation. So my question is, from where you got the data set?
Data set, sir, I have downloaded from the Kaggle.
Okay.
Kaggle.com.
Are there any norms of using that data set in your PhD thesis or research?
Yes, sir, I'm using this data set in my PhD work.
So the guide is ready for it?
Yes, sir, guide is ready. I'm trying for the real-time data set in hospitals, but it is a confidential data set that it is difficult to get the data set from the hospitals.
No, but what you have to do, you have to submit a letter from your university side, any of the hospital, and get the data.
Okay,
Because
sir.
the data set which you are using for your research, it might not be as appropriate. Because that will give an extra edge in your PhD. So this is my suggestion.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Next.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We have next presenter, Ruby Chanda, sorry. Are you here?
Yeah, I am very much here.
Yeah, you can start sharing your screen. Yes, yes.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible. You can start.
Good afternoon, Dr. Sunil, and good afternoon, other members who are present here. So today
Afternoon.
my paper's topic is audience targeting, identifying the gap in audience targeting for storage revenue system. My paper ID is 223. Along with me is my co-author, Professor Rahul Daigude. We both are from Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies, Pune. Now talking about the topic, this topic is a little different from whatever we are seeing being presented here. The main aspect, if you can just give me a moment, please. Sorry. The main aspect why I took up this topic is because we had the project wherein one company, which is AP storage system, which was actively into, data storage systems, which are being managed, and they were having the clientele across North America and other regions. And over a few years, the company was experiencing that there is a decline in the storage systems revenue, which was on year-to-year basis, and their clientele were among the Fortune 500 companies. So we were trying to understand the pattern and the changes which were affecting the win or the loss possibility of the data storage market. Now talking about the data storage market, very first thing which comes to your mind, that why we need the data storage system. As we know, data is nowadays called as the new oil. Everyone, everywhere it is being generated. And data storage system is something which is readily available, and many enterprise, they buy these storage systems which are actually, having some limitations in terms of the recording and the storing, which is in addition to the cloud-based system, which they are already having the access. But again, why they are reverting to the storage systems is because of the privacy issues. And when we are having the cloud storage system, which is private as well as public, and companies are spending a lot of amount to manage their data storage, and we are able to see it on the screen, the companies like Amazon, Google, Facebook, all of them, which are actively engaged in generating and maintaining the data lines, they are finding it very much challenging to manage the data of their clients as well as of their own. And the major market is held by Western Digitals with the revenue of $19.1 billion in fiscal year 2017, which is increasing at the rate of CAGR 5% in primary data storage. But when we consider the next generation storage market, the storage architecture, storage medium, and end users, the players are majorly what we are looking at on the screen, that is HP, Dell, Hitachi, IBM, and all others. And if we just have a look at the next generation storage market, the growth rate, which I have just told you about from 2019 to 2024, the growth of enterprise data storage industry is led by North America, which occupies the largest market share. And when we look at the next gen data storage market, which is growing at the rate of, 102.2 billion by 2024, the market looks very interesting. But again, the revenue, if we look at the company's end, it is not increasing in the same rate. And when we look at what market includes, that is the proliferation use of smartphones, which we all are using, laptops and the tablets, and also not to forget the growth of IoT market and high-end cloud computing market. So everywhere the data is being generated at the rate of, per second growth. But still, the challenge is also increasing parallelly. Now, what are the growth drivers? The very first is the penetration of cloud services in organizations, right? And the second one is the end users, who are generating personal data. Now, these end users are the customers, individual customers, as well as the enterprise, which are generating and managing the data. If we take the example of industry, a simple industry as advertising or retail or marketing or healthcare, the customer details, the customer, you can say, usage of data, which is much more now looked at. We are looking at the organic content, we are looking at the generative data. And of course, the AI requirement, which needs the live data and which needs the support of machine learning also. So looking at the exponential growth of digitization in big corporate houses across the globe, global cloud storage market size was estimated at $46.12 billion in 2019 and is expected to reach at $222.25 billion by 2027. So the growth is reflected at 21.9%, which is again huge. This is some literature review which was conducted, and here also we have looked at how it has evolved over the years and what were the other mediums of data storage like virtual ports and the file system. And interestingly, we had also come across few of the army data storage systems, which was heavily into it and using the mirror system and the file system. And then we have one paper which focused on cloud computing system for storing the private information without the interference of provincial privacy laws. And in 2013, ustore.re, a private cloud storage software system which was quite in demand, was being discussed. Also, we looked at the proprietary data synchronizing in an external cloud with data and private storage system. And now we also have the emergence of hybrid data storage system with private and public storage, which are both used simultaneously. Research methodology which was used was collection of data from ERP forms, and the questions were prepared and uploaded on ERP system. ERP system has all the sellers and marketing people who are putting their data in there. And we have the columns of customer name, date of origin, their win or loss. That means the customer is with us or the company is not with us, and their recommendation. Data captured was exported on Excel file, and it was for 3 consecutive years earlier. Now we have added the data for the current years also, last 5 years. Pre-processing was done on CSV files using pivot tools, and we have concluded based on that. If we see the data analysis, we see the Asia Pacific, Asian generates the highest number of win opportunities. That means we are having more clients from that region. Since storage is a technical product, targeting the right audience actually would be more beneficial. And if we look at the year-wise, in here we have 2016, 17, and 18 trend, which was initially looked at, and the same trend with a little tweak is there. In there we have got, the Australian region, which was doing very well and continuously growing. So geo-specific win-lose opportunities can be looked at here. And then we have the quarter-wise opportunities, again geo-wise. Again, we can see Asian has more number of opportunities in all 3 years, followed by Australia and New Zealand. Now the results are showing that the data storage system is quite significant.
Kindly conclude.
Sure, just give me a moment. And the customer requirement is also increasing. And now with the
Anything else?
new,
Sure. No problem. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Bye.
excuse me, shall I continue? We can see the recommendations where we can observe the storage market is going to grow in upcoming years and targeting the right audience geography, making it enabled with AI and hybrid cloud. Big data features can make us with the opportunities. So few trends we are looking at now, a much more specialized systems which are coming into the being, and companies are moving to their own data storage systems along with the cloud-based. These are few of the references which are looked at. So thank you. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
I think it's more or less a literature review. What do you think, Dr. Ovi?
Sir, it's not exactly the literature review, but yes, it is based on the secondary data from a company which is AP storage system. And that company is into the data storage, which is having the clientele across world.
So have we applied any Google Analytics or any analytics tool on the given data?
Actually, sir, most of the data was confidential. So whatever we could get hold of, accordingly, we have come up with the idea.
So
Because they
if
were not
I
ready
ask
to
you a
share.
single, okay, if I ask you a single line outcome of this research,
So the outcome is that how companies are actually looking at the winning and losing. So what facilities they are providing, like AP storage system was earlier providing them the opportunities with the, you can say static storage systems. But now the company is also moved into the private cloud storage system as well as the public system, and they are collaborating with both because clients are seeking both because of the privacy issues as well as the challenge of the data storage. So that is the trend which is visible now and continuous.
okay,
So
which
probably,
one is the cloud provider, which is those who are providing the web services?
sir, they are using the public cloud space.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We have our next presenter with us, Kumar P.
Hello. Yes, madam. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm audible.
Yes, please share your screen.
Good afternoon to one or all present here. The title what I'm going to present here is DDoS attack prediction systems using machine learning algorithms. So we are from Rajalakshmi Engineering College, Chennai. The abstract what actually it is telling is this distributed denial of service attacks is a kind of cyber attack that is utilized by the attackers to affect very large networks. And what we are doing here is we are detecting the DDoS attacks.
Excuse me, Kumar.
Yeah, please.
I think your screen is not visible or your presentation is not visible to me.
Yeah, one second, sorry.
Can we have the next presenter, please? Piyush?
Yes.
Yeah, you can start sharing your screen.
Yes, yes. Good afternoon, everyone.
Share your screen, please.
Yes, definitely.
Your PPT, please. I request the presenters to be ready with their presentation. Yeah, it's visible. You can start.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry, good afternoon, everyone. I am Assistant Professor Piyush Prabhat Gauri. Today I am presenting my research topic is nothing but the quantum key distribution and blockchain-based secure authentication in a medical cyber physical system. So first of all, we people will cover all these stuffs. It is related to the introduction, motivation, objective statements, problem statement, survey, system architecture. Final one is the result conclusion, and I will show you the references. Yes. So right now, if we people are thinking about the e-healthcare, or when we people are talking about hospital management, if we need to save, or our main aim, we need to save the patient's life. That's why we introduce over here the authentication mechanism with the quantum computing. Right now, the market for a medical product is also changing rapidly, and it also embraces, or it will not provide us the guarantee of security if there are different kind of internet enabled medical devices is there. And by using these internet enabled medical devices, we people are saying this one is also a standalone devices. Network is also come over here. And when the doctors accessing these data of internet enabled medical devices, that time the guarantee of security, privacy and protection of a data is not there. We people are introduced over here the medical cyber physical system design. So it will be also provide us the better use of model based technology. Like I also introduced which kind of a model I am using in my research area. So I already told you, if we need to ensure the privacy of the patient private health information. So throughout, I also included the network over here. The network is there. So throughout this transmission from sensor network to the cloud, and from cloud to the doctor, or from cloud to the mobile devices, a sophisticated cryptographic architecture for an MCPS we people will introduce over here. I also compare this medical cyber physical system, like it will be here like a cryptography or cyber security. Definitely the touch is there, like RSA algorithm is also there. Okay, I am comparing my all model with the different kind of algorithm. So one of the base algorithm for the comparison is nothing but the RSA algorithm. So this one is the my motivation. Data protection, one of the important aspect related to the motivation is nothing but the authentication mechanism. Like if there are different, if we people will know the medical cyber physical system, or how the authentication is important. Suppose I am giving I am using one of the analogy, or I am using one of the example over here. Like suppose the hospital is there, suppose doctor is away from the hospital, and the doctor is need to provide the treatment to that patient. So on that patient body, injectable body area is also there, and body area network is also there. There are different kind of IoT devices is also there. Sensor is also there on body or into the body, like injectable devices we people are using into the body. And because of this IoT architecture or IoT sensors and internet, it is very easy for the doctor to analyze the patient data. And when it is far away from the hospital, again it is very easy to treat the patient in a single time. In a single time, it is also possible for the doctor to provide treatment to 100 of the patient. This one is what one kind of a number in a small manner. Again, the scalability issue is also there. I already mentioned this point: scalability and accessibility. So when these 100 patient, it will be like increase it to the 1000. Again, the network congestion is also there, and accessible of the patient health data within a short span of second is also important over here. That's why I have introduced over here the blockchain mechanism. So suppose if the patient is a user, and if the user is communicating with the user, when the user is communicating with the organization and hospital, definitely it will be treated as an organization. And again, organization is communicating with the organization, and organization is communicating with the devices. In such kind of area, the authorization and authentication is very important. So this one is one of my touch point: authentication. Without authentication, it is not possible for us to provide the guarantee whether the data is secure or not. And again, for this authentication purpose, I am involving the quantum key distribution mechanism over here. Again,
Piyush, can you hear me? All right. Kumar P.
Yes, yeah. Can I present?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can start sharing your screen.
Yeah, is it visible?
Just a minute. Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah.
You can start.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. The title, what I'm going to, the title, what I'm going to present here is DDoS attack prediction systems using machine learning algorithms. We are from Rajarashmi Engineering College, Chennai. The abstract, what actually they're selling is the distributed denial of service attacks is it's one kind of a cyber attack that it is utilized by the attackers in a large network. So what we are doing here is by detecting the DOS attacks with the help of some mitigation strategies. After detecting the DOS attacks by various attacks and by their performance, we are just threatening the or significant threat to any clients by using the network services. So this in this DOS attacks, it happened within the earliest of 2000s, which targeted on most of the e-commerce websites, including the highest like Amazon. And the Google has given with Google Cloud Armor, it is security policies, which will be making the other clients to use how to use this, how to defend this DOS attacks. And some of the DOS types are volume-based attacks and protocol attacks and application layer attacks is there. And we have implemented these kind of attacks in all the protocols like the UDP, TCP, synchronous flood, and ICMP flood protocols. And normally this DOS attacks is dynamic in nature. So then we cannot able to detect the IP address from where the attacks has been originated. And here in our implementations, we have used this four kind of machine learning algorithms, that is of k-nearest and decision tree, multi-layer perceptance, and logic regressions. And we have implemented all these algorithms in all our protocols. So each protocol or attack can use all the four techniques, and therefore the one which has the simplest efficiency is taken for the best results. Some of we have reviewed for the 15 to 20 papers. In that, remarkable papers are in 2012. These authors use a CAPTCHA for entering who is using this website and all. And in 2015, that Yonggong et al. Has given a software puzzle-based approach that who is all solving that puzzle software puzzle only, they can able to go into that network. And that 2013, that Hong Bin Liu has given an identify location separation approach. In that, he will make the people to be present in various locations, and so we are not able to identify the exact IP address of this. Okay. So all these literature surveys, what we are concluding here is existing systems cannot distinguish between the malicious and legitimate traffic associated to the same sources. So it is very difficult to identify all the malicious others. So what we have come up with a new model is to design the to classify and predictions of a DDoS attacks by using the existing data set. And so in our proposed systems, what we did here is we have select the data set from the KDDP Cup data set, which is of the Kaggle open source data set. So, and the tools what we have selected here is Python with some of the library with Python with some libraries like Pandas, NumPy, and sklearners to implement this one. And before that, we are doing some of the data pre-processing to handle some of the unwanted data sets. So in our proposed systems, what we did here initially is we have split the data into training and the testing data set, which is of 75 and 25%. And after that, we will build and train our model in terms of kernel scaling and kernel hyperparameter tuning to improve the model efficiency. So when our model optimizes, it will generate an output result from the model. So the main contribution is to generate the best model for the data utilization and model optimizations. So as I told you before, in this paper, we have used the four algorithms, that is of KNN, decision tree, multi-MLP, and logistic regressions. So after the training data set, the testing of data set take place, and then the model is ready for predicting the result. So I just want to brush up with some of the algorithms, four algorithms. This KNN algorithms is used for how the network traffic patterns is there for the network. This KNN algorithms will be used. And the decision tree is used to find out which one is the legitimate traffic. And the MLP is used to find the relationship between how the DOS attacks are, how much they are relating each other by linear and non-linear. And this logistic regression is playing a main role here to determine whether it is a DOS attacks or not. Okay. So these are all the four algorithms which we have used here. And the methodology, what we have used here is the model can use to predict the DOS attacks, and continuously how we implementing this methodology means we will be implementing our model in a continuously monitoring network traffic once it has been trained and tested. So what it will do actually, it will take off chance that can assault in expected. The framework can make preventive moves like impending or restricting traffic from the culpable gadgets. That means if any gadgets is giving any of the coming inside, means that gadgets will be detached from the network. So then compared to the traditional and rule approaches, this machine learning based, why we are choosing this is apart from the rule based approaches, is this machine learning based system is for predicting the device attacks have a number of advantages, like it perceived already unidentified assaults and conform to moving assault designs. And it will need to take a lot of training data and precise parameter adjustment to perform at their best. So our experimental results will be based on some of the metrics like precision, recall, and F1 score. Okay, so I'm just going to skip in this performance measures of by using the score algorithms on network traffic. So in here, in this result, what we can able to identify is this MLP and decision tree algorithms are outperformed than this LR and KN algorithms in terms of accuracy and F scores. In the forms of 90, MLP has given the 99.4, 99.3, 99.4, and 19.8. So MLP is, and decision tree is the best one in the network traffic. And here in the packet header concept, that decision tree algorithm has the highest F1 score, precision, and recall. So here we are able to identify this decision tree is giving the highest accuracy. And in the network flow concept, that accuracy, this MLP algorithm has the highest F1 score, precision, and recall. When using the network traffic to anticipate DOS attacks, the report claimed that MLP and decision tree algorithms typically perform better than LR and KN algorithm. That's what the conclusions. So our conclusion is 75% of the data has been taken from the training, and remaining 25% has been used for testing the data set. So, and after training data set using all the 4 machine learning algorithms, which is concluding here is KNN and decision tree, which had the best accuracy, was considered out of all other algorithms. And for the TCP protocol, the accuracy of KNN is 99, decision tree is 100%, and UDP protocol, the accuracy of KNN is 74, and decision tree is 77. And for the ICM protocol, the accuracy is KNN is 99, and decision tree is 99. So all these comparing, there's a KNN and decision tree is giving a best result in the comparatively in all the 3 protocols. So we are planning to work this with a hybrid approach, like by ensemble or combining 2 algorithms to improve the accuracy in the future with the more accuracy. And these are all the some of the references what we have followed. So thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. Any questions, sir?
No, thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, madam. I am Piyush Gaudi. Shall I?
Yeah, you just can conclude with the presentation because you had already taken your time, but still you can just conclude with the presentation once.
Yes.
Just quickly, yeah,
Quickly.
with the conclusion.
Yes, quickly. My slide is visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes, definitely. Likewise, the medical cyber physical system is very important, and I have my focus, my research focus is nothing but the authentication. Within 2 minutes, I will tell you why the authentication is very important. Like a patient is a user and hospital is an organization. When the user is communicating with the organization, or when the organization is communicating with the organization, when the organization is communicating with the different kind of IoT devices, because these IoT devices is available on the patient body area, on that patient body area, and also there is the injectable devices is also there. So I identify this core mechanism, I identify this core area, and into that I will provide the authentication mechanism into the MCPS. So these I introduce one of the algorithm. This one is my problem statement. The protection of the patient data, like data privacy, data security, and different kind of security standard techniques is also there. The patient should be completely protected, encrypted, and secure in a various kind of application. So these are some literature survey I am doing. different kind of a 3-tier FC based blockchain architecture is there. AES advanced signature based encryption algorithm is also there. So these are some literature survey I am doing over
Piyush,
there. Yes, and to protect
on the results,
yes sir. Shall I conclude it?
yes, along with results.
Yes, sir. Along with the result, before to move into the result, I am using the quantum key distribution mechanism over here because by using the photon, by using the ray of a light, it is possible for us to transfer the data from sender to receiver, and there are different kind of a beam splitter and polarizer the sender and receiver are using. So I am using the quantum key distribution mechanism over here. So the error computing stage is also there. So this one is my result. The performance evaluation is also there. So I am using the NS2 program NS2 model over here, and there are different kind of several metrics is also there. In my proposed method, the data size is 200 MB. Then again, I am using the blockchain. I am integrating the blockchain methodology. So that's why the transaction per block. I also describe into that architecture how the block are connected with the cloud, how the nodes and blocks are transporting the data, receiving the data. So the ledger model is also there. Different kind of a channel is also there. So this one is the result analysis of my research area. Different kind of algorithm I am taken, like the name is RSA elliptical curve cryptography is also there. Advanced encryption standard is also there. So the size of the data of an MCPS, when the size is goes, like scalability is also there, accessibility is also there, and decryption time is also there. As compared to these all three different algorithms, my result is very nice. So decryption time is also there, encryption time is also there. It is what very less as compared to other three different algorithms like RSA, ECC, and AES. So the processing time is also there. I am audible to everyone. Hello.
Yes, yes, you're audible. Yeah.
Yes. So the processing time is also very less. And when I am using a key distribution mechanism over here, so the key distribution mechanism or distribution of the key, like public key, private key, this time to distribute it is very less as compared to other algorithm. To the proposed method is contrasted with the traditional like AES, ECC, RSA respectively. So this proposed methodology is achieved. My proposed methodology will achieve 1 millisecond. After the conventional technique, it will be achieved like 2 milliseconds, 5 milliseconds, and 6 milliseconds. So these are the various kind of analysis. Now I concluded. So in this, encryption is also there. So the key it will be perfectly and properly managed by the quantum key distribution. When I am including the blockchain method, that time the mutual authentication of an user into the MCPS is also very proper. The data, it will be secure. So the proposed methodology has been implemented and evaluated by using the performance measure. So these are some references only to protect the patient data, monitoring the patient data, authentication of an data processing speed time, key distribution time is also there. So all these parameters I am touching and I am trying to improving. So thank you very much. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, Piyush, thank you so much for your presentation. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much for the
you.
value. Thank you very much for the valuable time, madam.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
We
very
have our next presenter, Madhura.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Share my screen.
Yes, please. Thank you. Please share your screen.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible and your screen is visible. You can start.
Myself, Madhura R. from Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering from Bangalore. The presentation topic here is slack time analysis for APB timer using genus synthesis tool. The authors are Madhura, Kritika, Manasa, and Yashaswini. These are the outline of my presentation: introduction, motivation, proposed work, and static timing analysis flow, results and discussions and conclusion. Let us start with the introduction. So here, first and foremost, let us know what is synthesis is. So synthesis the input for any synthesis is RTL design. RTL design is a register transfer level code. which plays an important role in the chip design. So if you want to go for the fabrication of a chip, the specifications of any digital circuit is very much important. For that, we need a hardware description language. So this RTL is nothing but a hardware description code. The synthesis, which is not at the implementation level. So to come to the implementation level, it has to be converted into technology dependent form. So the process for converting from RTL code to gate level netlist involved is nothing but a synthesis process that you can see in the image format. So to carry out this synthesis process, we usually carry out the three processes. One is translation, mapping, and logic optimization. What is basically translation is, so the translation is here, you will be converting your RTL register transfer level code into Boolean format. Boolean format, it is usually, it will be in GTEC technology form, which is an unmapped format, where we exactly go to the mapping process to map to the exact standard library. And then we go for the logic optimization, basically in terms of power performance area, which we call it as PPA. And the motivation to this research work was to resolve some of the issues which we have it in a synthesis phase, basically during the chip design, which later it will be used for the DFT and physical design, which is very much necessary for determining any timing issues or to clear any timing issues. And so here is one more thing is whatever the clocks we use it in the logic circuit are very much accurate. And here it has an established connection to any important signals so that you can reduce the design cycle time. And one more advantage of using this is portability. These are some of the advantages which we have it in your synthesis, which motivated us to take up this topic. And let us go to the proposed work. Here initially, as I said, RTL design is nothing but here we have taken up a design called APB timer. So that we are not exactly concentrating on the functionality of the design. We are concentrating as an RTL design, where we carry out the synthesis process to the RTL design to convert it into gate level netlist through the help of libraries. So here we are using slow library and fast library. Slow library is usually meant for worst case, and fast library is used for best case. That is for slow library is usually meant for maximum delay, and fast library for minimum delay. And then by using these libraries, what basically libraries are, where we take it from the standard cell libraries, where it will be different for different based on the PVT conditions, that is process voltage and temperature conditions. It will vary. So later we use these libraries for the optimization purpose. During this process, we have to also consider some of the timing issues. So the timing issues, when we consider that, we have to go up with setup and hold time analysis. So where we also come up with some of the violations, and we are clearing that to get the gate level netlist. And finally, we are writing the TCL script, that is tool command scripting, using Tempest tool and Genus tool to come out with the power reports. So this is what the design we have taken, the initial RTL design. So here we are not checking for the functionality. We are only concentrating on the clock and whichever the clock we are providing, and also the reset. And my clock here, I have given it as PCLK, and the reset here I have taken it as pre-reset N. And this RTL design is used, and where we take that RTL and will be converting it into gate level netlist with the help of libraries. Libraries basically consist of combinational and sequential cells. So based on the design which we have chosen, it maps to the particular form, cells, and we analyze that with a slow and fast library. And along with this, we also need to consider the timing constraints, that is SDC. SDC is synopsis design constraints. So as in yellow color, what we see it is an SDC. SDC is usually written in terms of input delay, output delay, and input transition for a particular clock. And as per the design, the clock which we have chosen here is PCLK. And if I take a clock period of around 50 megahertz, and we have to take the 40% as my input delay, and remaining thing for the output delay. And these are the constraints which we need to consider during the synthesis process to get the gate level netlist, and we write the TCL scripts to get the reports. So for doing this, we also come up with some of the violations with respect to setup and hold time. So before that, to analyze that, we have to go up with a background called static timing analysis. This is usually used to evaluate the timing performance of each and every node of the design. So where it will be having a starting point and an ending point, starting from the combinational cells to the sequential cells. So this is one of the design. So during the analysis of timing things, we go with the four paths. One is register to register path, input to register path, register to output, and input to output. So in the design, you can see that we have three blocks especially. So the very first block, it has the input. That is what the input to register. This is a register. In between, what we have, it is nothing but the combinational logic, where the input has to pass through the series of flip-flops as well as the combinational logic to traverse finally at the output side. So when during the traveling of each and every node of the design, so there will be certain violations.
Madhura, you just have 2 minutes left.
Hello.
You have 2 minutes left.
Okay, fine. And these are the paths input to register as per my design. So here, let us go finally to analysis of my setup time. So to as per the slack time analysis, here we need to calculate with respect to the clock time, required time, and the arrival time. This is my setup slot. And the whole slack is arrival time minus required time. We have cleared all the violations by setting my input delay and capture violations. For to carry out all this process, we have used, these are the flow which we have used along with the timing constraints to get the timing reports. And for the implementation level, we have taken a maximum clock frequency of 50 megahertz, and we have carried out the same process with the design constraints. And these are my power reports, which I was able to get around 1.13 watts, which is considered as a lower power, along with the internal and switching with the maximum usage of my Genus and Tempest tool. These are the results which we have got for slow libraries and fast libraries. Comparing these results, we have checked for all possible parts in the design. And this is my fast library. From the comparison of both the tables, what we can occur is the slack time is more for the setup check, which is very much essential for my getting an optimized gate level netlist design. So finally, I'd like to conclude that so here we have able to achieve the optimized gate level netlist through the fast libraries compared to slow libraries, and we have able to satisfy 33% of early and delay setup time and hold time requirements, and able to get a 1.13 watts of power through TCL scripting method of power generation. And this is where how we have effectively used the tools like Genus and Tempest tool to optimize my design. And later these can also be used for physical design, which can use this synthesized netlist. By this, I'd like to conclude my topic. These are my references, and thank you. Any questions? Sir? Hello.
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Madhura. Thank you for your presentation. Okay, we have our next presenter with us. Ashwini?
Yes, I'm here.
Ashwini Patil. You're in? Yeah, okay. So you can start sharing your screen.
Sure. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's visible. You can start.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to present the review of the systematic review on growth of e-agriculture in context of Android-based mobile application. And Dr. Vidya Kumar has guided us for this review paper. And Dr. Sneha Kumari, Nisha Bharti, and me are the author of this paper. Outline of this paper is the introduction, need of mobile application. And after that, we have written the review of mobile application in agriculture according to different sections like crop advisory, crop disease detection, agriculture marketing, farm monitoring, fertilizer recommendation, grid management, and mobile application to connect farm advisor and mobile application for the specific crop. As we may know, about 1/3 of India's population is directly or indirectly dependent on agriculture. Despite being a leading producer of various commodities, but still we face challenges in improving agricultural activity. And one of the key factors hindering this progress is the lack of availability and use of information technology in agriculture. So this paper is an attempt to review the mobile application for effective agricultural management through e-agriculture. And as AI market and technology market is growing, so considering this, in India, recognizing the importance of AI and technology, NITI Aayog introduced a national strategy in 2018 to prioritize agriculture research and adopt AI to enhance farmer income, increase farm productivity, and reduce wastage. By investing in e-agriculture application and AI-driven solutions, we can transform Indian agriculture and contribute to overall economic growth. Here we can see the distribution of agricultural households by principal source of income, and as only 43% of area is under cultivation, but still the cultivation is the primary source of income of agricultural household. So we need to focus more on this cultivation part. Next, what is the need of mobile application in agriculture? As India is a top producer of fresh fruits and agricultural items, but farmers often face difficulties in obtaining crucial information about the crop rates and yields, resulting in selling their products at lower prices and incurring losses. To cope with this challenge, many farmers resort to taking loans from banks and other sources. And the usage of mobile phones require the basic skills of handling, making them easily accessible to large portion of the population. In Indian studies in 2012, it's found that the 87.2% of the farmers have better connectivity to mobile phones. And the other method to connect from the mobile phones is the SMS, but the SMS has the limitations. These services are restricted to 160 characters, which hampers the complete transmission of essential information to farmers. So, in response to need the more comprehensive and accessible information, some recent mobile apps have emerged, offering content in local languages and audio-video format. These apps aim to provide our farmers with easy access to valuable agriculture insights and knowledge. Now, next I'm going to present the mobile application for crop advisory. The Paddy app delivers advice in the local Malayalam language. It offers comprehensive set of data, including drone images, seed information, insights on disease, fertilizer, and pest. Next is a Java-based mobile Android application. Employ artificial neural network utilizing factors like soil water availability, temperature, soil properties to guide farmers in making optimal decision. Next is the Krishi Samruddhi application, which provide high crop advice based on the detailed parameters such as land details, soil conditions, crop history, and pest management. Next, the AgriVision and AgriMaps mobile applications that offer valuable weather forecast and crop protection information to farmers, which helps them to make informed choices in their farming practices. Next is the mobile application for the crop disease detection. eAgri is the Android application that focuses on soil information, contributing to increased crop yield by employing advanced image processing techniques, and app enables farmers to detect disease based on leaf images, aiding in early identification and prompt detection. Next is the Agro mobile application. This application is available in multiple languages and empower farmers to detect disease in their plants at any time and anywhere. And in the central zone of Thailand, a mobile application has been designed to identify trait disease affecting crop. Next application is the Mantra Mitra, which is bilingual Android SDK application. And it uses the geographical location of the crops. Farmers should upload image and description of the disease and allowing expert analysis and precise disease management. Next is the Plantix application, which caters to plant disease diagnosis and monitoring, and it works with the real-time diagnosis. Next is the mobile application for agriculture marketing. Existing agriculture marketing apps offers basic information like 7-12 extract, weather forecast, agriculture news, and development. They also provide details about कृषि offices, fertilizer, pesticides, insecticide, and offer ways to inquire about specific information. One of the notable apps is the eAgri, which guide farmers on the market risk across the multiple locations using GPRS technology. Moreover, we have apps like Krishi Villa and Farmer Helping Services that provide updates on weather forecast and agriculture news for various crops. Additionally, we have Mahagiri SMS app that acts as a link between the farmers and different mandis. Next is the Eco Kisan, which serves as a comprehensive knowledge of database offering the latest mandi prices, weather forecast, and the valuable tips on the agriculture and management. Next is the mobile application for the farm monitoring. eFarm is the application which enables farmers to remotely control water pumps and pesticides application. It also sends the reminder for daily farming activities, ensuring smooth and timely operation. Next is the Farm Manager application, which uses the GPS and Google Map live integration, making field management, job recording, and employee management more accessible to the farmers. Next is the farm monitoring and control of the farm, which utilizes PHP and JSON format for data storage and ensuring effective farm monitoring with easy way. Next is the mobile application for the field management. Apps like Take Action, Kisan Yojana offer valuable support in managing herbicides and insect resistance, helping farmers preserve current and future crop protection technology. Next, the idea weeds help idea weed application, which helps identify weeds through images and provide appropriate remedial measures. Kheti is the application which offering tailored advice on input quantity and pesticide, which aiding farmers in effective weed management. And Mana Varsunga application, which provides the information on which provides information on the weed management and equipping farmers with the knowledge needed.
Ashwini, kindly conclude.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, next is the mobile application for fertilizer recommendation. Agronutrition, Agro app, and EcoFert is the application uses for the fertilizer recommendation, and EcoFert app is using the linear programming technique to optimize the fertilizer cost. Here is the mobile application for the connected farm advisor. Kheti Krushi Video Voice and Mkrishidam is the application to connect with the farm advisor. Mobile application for the specific crop. Rice Expert is a mobile application for the rice or paddy crop. Mana Varsunga is for the groundnut cultivation. Cane Advisor is for the sugar cane. And ICAR NRCP pomegranate application offers application for the pomegranate crops. Yeah, here is the conclusion. In the conclusion, government recognizes significance of information and communication technology in enhancing agricultural productivity. Mobile-based apps have become essential tools in bridging the knowledge gap for farmers, given the increasing number of mobile users, even in rural areas. Both government and non-government organizations are actively developing mobile apps to support e-agricultural services. And this paper highlights the development of apps in various areas, but there is a lack of an integrated application that offers holistic services on single platform. And there is a need of user-friendly and comprehensive services which provide the app that concentrated all information at one place. And such an integrated app can optimize input users, reduce cost, improving farming practices, boost productivity, and promote the growth of e-agricultural platforms. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashwini. Thank you for your presentation. Well appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saswati.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So you are presenting a paper on 2 decades of innovative work behavior, a bibliography study. Yeah.
Correct.
So yeah, you can start with your presentation.
Okay, let me share my screen. Let me know when you can see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's visible. You can start.
Fair enough. Okay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Shashwati. I'm here to present the 2 decades of innovative work behavior. Just a quick introduction of the authors. I'm Shashwati. I'm working as a Deputy General Manager HR within Vodafone, based out of Pune. I have 16+ years of experience. I'm also pursuing my PhD with Symbiosis International University, and I possess a few research work to my credit. Similarly, my mentor and my guide, Suruchi Pandey, she is presently working as a professor HR Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies at Pune. And she possesses multiple research presentations and publications at national and international level. Let's begin with a quick introduction. Why this topic? So innovation is a need of the hour, and why we say that, because the world is very vulnerable today in terms of the economic conditions. There are disruptive transformation which is happening. There's a need of competitive advantage for each organization for their survival. Digitalization is also at its peak. There is an immense change in the employer-employer relationship in past couple of years, employee turnover, and of course, there is a need of utilizing the human capital. So with this element, with why, what are we trying to achieve is the very core element and the base of this behavioral aspect is that how do we promote innovative work behavior amongst employee? That's the question that each organization asks today. And to know more and deep dive into it, it's really crucial to look at the past studies. That's why the study aimed to review the existing literature of last 20 years with an objective to provide a holistic view of all the important research done in the field. How do we do that? We do that by a systematic literature review approach. So let's move ahead. A quick overlook on the definitions. Um, So innovative work behavior, originally, I think it was linked with creativity. Later, the definition was refined and concluded. The most popular definition is from Jason, where innovative work behavior is defined as an intentionally created introduction and application of new ideas within a work group, a role, an organization in order to benefit the organization. So that's kind of the definition. If we then further move ahead, there are various stages within innovation. So here we are, it's a multi-stage process, it's a multi-stage variable wherein we have idea generation, idea promotion, and idea implementations as one of the key stages of innovative work behavior. If you then further move ahead in terms of what are the various model and the past critical seminal studies which has been done in last couple of years, which has been a key foundation for this topic. Here is a glimpse of that. As you can see that spills from late 80s to the very recent 2020 one. So that's where you can see different stages, how it has evolved during the time, and what are the as I already said, this is a multi-stage process. A quick summary about the review process and what were the methodology used. So here we use various tools to identify all the articles which are associated with innovative work behavior. We could find out 437 articles in past 20 years, out of which there were instance selection process which was carried out, wherein there are the sorting of the articles in terms of the variable, in terms of the ranking of the journal, in terms of the top cited paper. So all of this criterias, these were the two criterias important, and out of which at the end we identified 65 articles as a part of the study, which are highly cited and from the top journals. As you can see, a glimpse of how the studies has been in last 20 years. The period from 2013 till 2022 were the periods of wherein there is a lot of studies that has happened in this field. As you can see, there is has been a traction in terms of the topic, wherein as a part of the study, we also studied various meta-analysis paper, antecedents and consequences, also the scope and the gap, which has been covered in various papers. What are the variables used? What was the size and theories used with the scales also. Quickly overlook on the relevance of the study. As we already seen why this is important, I think there were some key gaps that we identified as a part of the study, where under the bucket of unforeseen market conditions, where we can see this new age techno-economical transformation resulting in immense change in the employee-employer relationship, wherein there's a continuous demand of innovation for sustainability.
Sorry for the
Yep.
interruption. Kindly conclude, please. Like
Okay.
we have parallel sessions.
Yes, I'll try my best to conclude. Okay, so as a part of this study, we could conclude various themes. We have identified 29 antecedents and 6 different themes or clusters, 21 mediators, 18 moderators, and key. Sorry.
No, nothing.
Okay, and key output highlighted as a part of this. Here's a glimpse of that. And this is the more conceptual model that we created as a part of the study, which is a contribution towards the body of knowledge, wherein we could see that what are the variables, what are the factors impacting innovation, and what are the different outputs as a part of the innovation studies. So here, I think the uniqueness of the study, in a shorter way, I think this has provided an opportunity to do further research, maybe more moving towards the empirical research, emphasize on the importance of innovation, and how the influence of new ways of working has been towards the innovation behavior. So these were the few future opportunities for further research. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. It was a great presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have come to the end of the presentation. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent contribution and the presenters for their presentation, and as well as the participants, for being a part of this conference. I hope this session was very informative enough. And I thank you for your support in the 8th version of this conference and for the previous versions as well. I hope to see you in the next version of the conference as well. And all the presenters would be getting the certificates within 2 working days. And further, the papers have already been forwarded to the Springer board, and the publication will be live within 6 months. Yeah. So kindly cooperate with the team. I also have one thing to share. Just a minute. I also thank our session chair, Professor Sunil Kumar Jahangir, for chairing the session. This is from our side, sir. Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
presence. Thank you.
Can we ask everybody to turn on their cameras?
Yeah, 1 second. So we have one more presenter with us who had just joined. Anant is here. We'll have to take him.
Yes.
Yeah. Anant?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you are late, ma'am. You'll have to, okay, are you ready with the presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we were in the room A, so.
So yeah, you can start. Share your screen, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Faster, please, faster.
Yes, ma'am. Actually. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Not yet. See, you have 7 minutes for the presentation, yeah, 7 to 8 minutes. So please follow that accordingly and be quick with the presentation. Yeah, your presentation is visible. You can start.
Okay. This is Anant Verekar here, and I'll be presenting our presentation on our paper, Contactless Gesture Recognition Using Air Canvas. So these are my group members, Amya Shetty, myself, Janvi Gosavi, and Nirja Kadam. And over the course of the presentation, I'll be talking about the introduction of the project, the literature review we went for it through, and the problem statement, along with the other aspects displayed on here. The project title, Contactless Gesture Recognition, is using an air canvas, is basically software which we have it's a testing software which we have created, wherein we can use air writing. So basically, the basic idea is to write in the air, and using computer vision will be capturing whatever is written, and it will be displayed on the screen on a white canvas. Furthermore, to make it more effective, we have added features like taking screenshots, creation of Word documents, and OCR recognition, OCR as well. These are a few of the related works. Most of these papers deal with like using of Python and other languages to create an air writing technology. But most of them have a barrier, that is you need a pointer of sorts. This thing which we have tried to overcome using hand detection program. So in our software, you won't be needing an external pointer. You can use your hands itself. Another part of this is that since we are only using computer vision, the other required required computer materials won't be required. So you don't need to have a specialized camera. The inbuilt camera is good enough. And besides that, there is also a paper which dealt with use of Python, but in to make this software. So we have taken that as our base, and then we have added on it by adding different types of we have added more features in it. The problem statement is to implement a contactless gesture recognition using Air Canvas, which exhibits features like optical character recognition, duplication, screen capture, Word document optimization, and customized graphic digital output. It has been, we had taken it in two phases. The first was to create a finger detection model. And the second was to implement an OCR on the completed project itself. The methodology used for this is basically very simple. So you run the program, the camera turns on, it captures your video, it converts frames to HSV color space, and using the using the program we have written, it will convert those landmarks into drawing points, which will be then displayed on an air canvas. These are the steps in which the project works. Basically, in the first step, how the entire program functions. And then the second step is capturing of images using the camera. In the third step, all the data points of the images of camera are converted. And final step is the projection of the output. The other capability, so there are around 7 modes in our project. There's a writing mode, there's a color mode, there's a clear mode, there's an OCR, there's a copy paste mode, there's a screenshot mode, and there's Word document automation. We have used the software in software, we have used the language Python and the libraries of OpenCV and NumPy as our base. In the hardware, any PC works fine and only need an inbuilt camera and a minimum 4 GB RAM. The project has several utilities, like it can be used in teaching. It can be used for PowerPoint presentations, in digital art, and it has been found to be very effective in self-regulation for children who are in a learning stage. And also it is very useful for children who have diseases like who have a mental restriction for learning. And the best use of this is that it is an alternative to paper. So you need not waste paper, as well as you need not actually need physical boards and pens for writing. This is more on the part of what the library is used. So we have used OpenCV for the basic construct, OpenCV and NumPy. The media pipe has been used for projection of the output. Easy OCR is used for incorporating the OCR, and media pipe has also been used for incorporating the other features in the project. These are the results of the project. This is the first screenshot shows the finger detection model. So you can see my hand has been taken the data points off, and then it traces whatever I write down. The other screenshot shows whatever I write down, it will be visible ahead. Furthermore, you can pinch your fingers to stop the writing, and then index finger is used basically. So then you can take the screenshot of the screen itself, and you get an automatically created folder with the date it is made on. And then using this folder, you can do Word document automation, wherein all the written things and all the notes can be captured in a Word document. We have, as I said, we have incorporated OCR. So any English word which is written contextually can be captured. So as you can see, this is an output for the word person. And I would like to summarize with saying that basically contactless gesture recognition was our major project, and our team implemented it using a base model of Python, and we have tried to better it, adding the features of customizable color palette, OCR, and copy paste and screen capture. Furthermore, it has a lot of it has a variety of useful utilities, and there is to better it, we can suggest other things like for OCR, we have only input English language, whereas other languages like Hindi or Hindi, Marathi, or French can be also put in, and then they can be used as well. And with that, I would like to conclude my presentation.
Thank you so much, Anand. Thank you. It was a great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So we have come to the end of the session. I request all the participants to just turn on their cameras, please, for a quick snapshot.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, sir. You want to say something, sir?
No. I want to wish all the best to all of you for their research. And one of the things which I like most is the practical implementation of that Flask application. So everyone from us has to focus on the practical implementation, not just writing research paper and publish into Scopus and HCI. This is my request from everyone.
Thank you. That's done. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.